Let's go back to the ongoing conflict in Iran, in the Middle East. So this escalating war in the Middle East has ratcheted up fears of prolonged disruptions to global trade. And last check, and this could have changed, crude oil prices have jumped more than 7% today. Again, that's last checked. It could have gone up higher, but last check. Let's bring in Dr. Matthew Metzger, economics professor at UNC Charlotte. Dr. Metzger, thank you for joining us.
Sure. Thanks for having me.
Folks, a lot of questions from the operation from over the weekend about how it impacts us directly. My first question, when it comes to conflicts like this, specifically this one, they tend to move oil and gas prices up so quickly before supply is actually disrupted. Why is that even the case? That's one of the questions I got this weekend.
That's definitely true. When the strikes hit, and then there was already some problems in that Strait of Hormuz, that is really 20% of the global oil comes through that strait. And so when analysts are looking at it and saying, hey, it could be hard to get oil through, there could be less volume, there's that fear, and that fear gets priced in right away in that price of crude oil, like you talked about. And so it's jumped up, 7-8%, whatever it is now, before any oil has actually decreased in supply. It's just more of the fear of what's going to happen over the next month or so that they're predicting it's going to be harder to get oil through that strait.
Well, what factors determine whether this is a short-term spike or long-lasting higher gas prices at that?
Well, the bad news is that it's already happened, so to speak, as far as once that oil price has gone up, the wholesalers then raise their prices up, and then you start to see higher prices at the pump. And so you're going to see prices rising this week. Again, even though there may not be any physical reduction in supply, really just due to the fear factor and the risk of future supply coming in. So, the price has gone up these last couple of days, and I expect it to continue to rise throughout the week.
Are there any spillover effects to this? When I guess I'm talking about the broader economy, especially coupled with, the turmoil when it comes to AI and all that is playing out.
Well, one of the biggest spillovers is shipping and transportation. So, as the price of gas goes up, if they're shipping these goods, via tractor trailers or even Uber drivers, all this stuff, deliveries, FedEx, UPS, it's all impacted by higher gas prices. Then their prices have to go up, and all that can again negatively impact consumers. So definitely, if you look at inflation, energy is a big part of it. And so if gas prices spike up high, it's definitely going to affect consumers in a negative way.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that. You hit on it. The impacts to the average driver, because I'm thinking about spring break that's coming up. I'm thinking about other things that are coming up for folks. I know this is an obvious question. You just touched on it, but can you talk about the impact to the average driver?
Yeah, definitely. It's unfortunately with the timing, it's a bit of a double whammy that normally in this time of the year, gas prices start to go up anyways, if there was no conflict, due to legally they have to put in this summer blend gasoline, which is about another 10 cents increase in cost. And then you have that greater demand of people starting to travel more after winter for spring break, like you said, and summer travel and things like that. So naturally, historically, the gas prices start to go up in the spring and the summer. And now on top of that is this conflict and the fear with the crude oil and the disruption that's going to price it even higher. So I would say gas prices are going to approach $3, perhaps even by the end of the week, but certainly sometime here in March. And then if not April, even earlier, it'll pass $3 a gallon. So we'll be looking at that for sure in April. It'll be over $3 a gallon would be my estimate.
Yeah, as you mentioned, double whammy there. Dr. Matthew Metzger, economics professor at UNC Charlotte. Thank you for your time. Thank you for that perspective. Again, a lot of questions from folks over the weekend about how this will actually impact, especially their wallets, their gas tanks. So thank you for your time. Thank you for stopping by.
I would say the only good
Yep.
news or good piece I would say is that right now some of the stations have gas that was bought kind of last week, so to speak. And so you can use something like Gas Buddy and see if there's any stations that still have low price gas and try to go out there today and get that before this replacement gas comes in that's going to be priced much higher.
Yeah, that's a good point. I just got gas today, and I'm already starting to see $2.99. I don't even know if I could find anything cheaper than that at this point.
It's going up quick.
It's going up quick. Dr. Metzger, thank you for joining us. We would love to have you back on as the situation evolves in the Middle East.
Sure, glad to help.